afternoon. I'm Jeff. Welcome back to the Retired Guy's Garage. What are we working on today? Well, my panel, my wall-mounted panel for the garage door opener, the screen has gone blank. Apparently, according to what I've read on the old world wider, whatever the heck that thing is, pretty common problem on these. Craftsman, MyQ garage door opener, 3/4 horsepower. So it's Wi-Fi enabled. And apparently this is a pretty common problem. Apparently there's a control board in the back of these that goes bad and they die. So, however, I have not been able to find a replacement Craftsman garage door opener. However, what I did learn is that Chamberlain, LiftMaster, and Craftsman are now one and the same. So we need to replace that wall-mounted switch, and without any further ado, let's get to it. All right, this is a pretty straightforward install. So there's basically two screws that hold this in. However, all you need to take out is the top one. You need to remove that one completely. I installed my own garage door opener a long time ago when we bought the house. There was one here, but I wanted the MyQ to be able to hook it to the Wi-Fi so I could open and close it from anywhere I like. So that's kind of cool. So all you got to do is just kind of pick this cover open. You're going to get in there with your trusty screwdriver. Remove that top screw. And this is the new unit. And as you can see, there is a control board back there. But as you can see, there's only two screws, two wires. And they are labeled. One is labeled W for white and R for white with the red stripe. So, pull it up, pop it off the wall. There's your two wires, and as you can see, they are very similar. So, like I said, Chamberlain, I can't remember if, so obviously Sears Craftsman is no more, so Chamberlain bought out Craftsman, so that's why their LiftMaster series is Wi-Fi enabled as well, and you can use this to replace that if you've got an old Sears Craftsman MyQ door opener. Okay. Unscrew your two wires. You don't have to use a cordless screwdriver for this. It's just my personal preference. We'll go ahead and get these screws loosened up. All right, red to red, white to white, and I'm going to tighten them down one at a time. Very gentle with these. Like I said, these control boards are pretty dainty as far as hardware goes. So just kind of be careful. Loop the wire around the screw, very simple. All right, and when you take this apart, make sure you look at the wires to make sure they're not corroded or dirty or anything like that. If they are, just cut them and restrip them. All right, so we will sit that back on there, and as you can see, now my display's working. Really wasn't a big deal that it wasn't working. It made the garage door go up and down just fine, but just one of those things I've been wanting to take care of for quite a while and just never got around to it. So just lift up the top. What that top button is the button for the garage door. that opens and closes the garage door. And again, very gentle with this. Again, doesn't need a 1/2-inch breaker bar or anything like that. Put that in. So, all right, let's go ahead and test it, make sure it works. It does not. I may have to program this. Oh, there we go. Apparently I just didn't push the button hard enough. And that's it. Pretty simple. Very simple, easy to do yourself repair. Excuse me. And now our display's working again. So I just got to program the clock. And like I said, this is all Wi-Fi enabled, so I can open and close the garage door from anywhere in there, anywhere I want to, through the phone on my app on my phone. Yeah, we'll go with that. All right, that's it. Pretty easy, right? And this thing, well, we'll pitch that in the circular file because it's no good anymore. Anyhow, all right, let's get this one finished up. Just a quickie. Be right back. That is going to wrap it up for this video. This is just a real quick one. I keep saying I'm going to do a short, and I still haven't figured out how to do that. So hopefully I'll be able to figure out how to do that, and maybe it'll make this one the first short I've done. Anyway, hope you learned something today. This is a very simple repair, DIY repair that you can do on your own. Don't even need a electric screwdriver or anything like that. You just do it with a normal old handheld screwdriver. And really, that was all I needed, was just a Phillips head screwdriver to make this repair and replace that controller so that I've got the screen back again. So anyway, as always, appreciate you watching more than you'll ever know. Make sure you check out the channel for tons of other videos. There's actually a series on garage door and garage shop/shop repairs. So check that out if you get a chance. I would really appreciate it. All my other socials are at the end of the video, as always. And if you wouldn't mind, stop by my Etsy store and pick up some merchandise if you feel so inclined. I would really appreciate it. It will help the channel. Anyway, appreciate you watching. Thanks again, as always. And until next time, y'all be safe. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.